It was one of Hungary's longest State of the Nation addresses. Prime Minister Viktor Orban spoke for an hour, declaring the last decade the most successful in the past century for Hungary. He also praised US President Donald Trump and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, saying they had reinstated self-esteem in their countries. And he added that Europe is not Brussels.
We are Europe, and we do not have to meet the expectations of the tired and disillusioned elite of Brussels. There were times when we believed that Europe is our future, but now we know that we are the future of Europe.
Viktor Orban also said that Europe is threatened by climate change, demographic decline and economic slowdown. While the US and China have greater economic growth, they also spend more on innovation and national defense, putting Europe behind them. The Hungarian Prime Minister announced that his government had approved a climate protection plan.
This program will see 90% of all energy produced in Hungary coming from carbon-neutral sources by 2030.
Parts of the program include tighter environmental regulations for multinational companies, a six-fold increase in solar power capacity over 10 years, and the launch of a green government bond. Gyula Csák, Euronews, Budapest.
Well, let's go to Budapest now and speak to our correspondent Adam Magyar. Morning to you, Adam. Mr. Orban was very clear about the threat to Hungary imposed by climate change. This is a bit of a new agenda for him. What did he pledge and why do you think he did so now?
Yes, you are right that this is a new, very important part of Fidesz's policy, but the plans that he mentioned are not really new. They existed before. Like he mentioned that Hungarian economy should be carbon-free by 2050. What is new that he gave a big emphasis to that question. Earlier he wasn't really open about it, and the reason is maybe that Fidesz wants to address the younger generation, because members of the party and also the polls suggest that the ruling party is losing touch with the younger people, and now the Prime Minister wants to speak to them.
So maybe this was a speech that was designed to please some of those younger generations. But what did the opposition have to say about some of these announcements?
Most of the opposition parties are saying that Orban was too optimistic. He didn't really speak about the problems that Hungary is facing today, like poverty in the eastern regions or the declining healthcare system. And Orban has a phrase that was criticized a lot, and I should quote it to you because it was on all the headlines of the Hungarian media. So he said that there is no such thing as a liberal. A liberal is nothing more than a communist with a diploma. So he said basically that liberals are all communists. And the Hungarian Liberal Party had a response to that. They said that illiberals are populists with diplomas. So the opposition parties are mainly saying that Orban was too optimistic, and he was dividing the nation again with this kind of liberal attacks.